Hey everybody, the American Phoenix here. Just wanted to give you guys a quick little video on how to make some hot sauce. I understand that not everybody out there knows how to make hot sauce, so I figured I would just do, a quick, real simple, this is my favorite hot sauce, this is how I make it. Not very complex, just a few simple ingredients. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Okay, so step one in this process. Sorry, I know I'm kind of skipping ahead a little bit. I originally wasn't planning on making a video about this, but what you need to do first and foremost is take your tomatoes, cut the ends off of them. Okay, same with your jalapenos. Now, obviously, I'm going to be using more jalapenos than this. I'm not going to be using more tomato than this. You can add more tomato. It definitely cuts down the seasoning or the spice of it. But I personally like spice. So that's your first steps is to cut the ends off. Wash them first, obviously, if you have to. I had already pre-washed these. So wash them, cut the ends off. You want to leave the seeds unless you don't like spice. If you're just going for flavor, cut it in half, remove the seeds. So there you go, that's step one in the process, and I'll come back to you in a little bit and let you know what's going on. Okay, now we come to an optional step that if anything in this video is going to piss somebody off, it's going to be this. I love garlic. I use garlic in almost everything I cook, including this sauce. Okay, it's good, it adds a good flavor to it, and what's amazing is it doesn't taste raw, so that's good, and I'm assuming it has something to do with the acidity of the other stuff that we're putting in. But if you're like me and you really like garlic, I'm going to show you a quick, easy trick that some of you might already know, but it's just a really good trick for doing garlic. So yeah, I hope you at least, if nothing else, you find this tip at least useful for the next time you're cooking pasta or something else. Okay, now what do you need for this little trick of mine? Well, obviously you need garlic, and you need a mason jar. Or, well, you could really use anything with a lid on it. I use mason jars, totally up to you. You're going to take your garlic, and don't try to peel the individual pieces of garlic. Just take as much off of the excess paper skin that you can, and then you simply take it and just break it off. Now that is obviously not a peeled piece of garlic. Just taste that, toss it into the mason jar. And this part is actually pretty quick and easy. Obviously I'm filming this right now, so it's taking me a couple extra, an extra minute or two. But this is probably the quickest way I know to do garlic. Then obviously once you peel a couple of the pieces off, you can break that little bottom piece off. And then that just releases everything. So get that thrown away. And then, obviously tear off a little bit of the paper skin if you can, but it doesn't really matter. And then once you get that all nice and broken up, and you don't throw garlic on your floor like an idiot, because now I have to throw that piece away. Truck driver, I don't know exactly what I've been stepping in. You just take it, put your lid under your mason jar, and you shake it. Okay, just shake the living hell out of it. Maybe for a good 20 seconds, 10-20 seconds. It really doesn't take much. Watch my damn jawline shake, it's funny. Okay. Then you pull it out and just check it. So, right here, they're all starting to break down, break apart. Put the lid back on, give it a few more shakes. There we go. Starting to see a little bit of moisture in there. That's a good thing. Alright. Okay. And then the best thing about this, and I'm not going to say it's perfect, but the good thing about this is it just makes it so it's all peelable. Half the time, and as you can see, I've already done this, half of the time, the garlic comes out just completely peeled. Now, if that doesn't happen, what's really good about this trick is this trick, as you can see, breaks down and separates a lot of the more pain in the ass parts of it. But this eliminates the steps of taking your knife, cracking it, peeling it off, because then you're getting crushed garlic, and that's totally usable, but not really what I particularly care about. For this, I like using whole chunks. So there you go, pulled that right out of there. Quick, easy, only takes a couple minutes, and you can peel whole cloves of garlic or whole heads of garlic very, very quickly. If you're doing a lot of garlic if you're cooking for a lot of people, or if you're doing like what I'm doing, where I'm making this for a sauce that I'm going to be using for a couple weeks. Take the extra time, do a good amount of it. You know, it's well worth it at the back end. Okay, y'all, now this is cooking down really, really nicely. And I know it probably looks like utter garbage right now, but trust me, you want this, okay? You want these breaking down. You want them to release a lot of their moisture. Because you're going to add some water to this, okay? So that is a thing that's going to happen. But you want as much out as you can get. You just want the flavoring from this, all right? But these are going to be going for just a little bit longer now. We want a little bit finer color on them. And then I'll show you what you do next. Okay, folks, things are moving right along here. You know, you can notice probably that some of the tomato is turning black, as is the pepper. That's a beautiful thing. That is exactly what you want. It's breaking down the natural sugars, okay? So you need to take it time, let it do that. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a really, really thin fucking salsa, and nobody wants that. Well, you might want that. I don't want that. Now, about this time, you're going to put them in your blender here, okay? Don't turn it on yet. You got to give it a little bit of time, let more of the juices seep out, okay? Now, there's a couple things that I like to add. If you do not like spice, do not put these in. Chili arbols, okay? And I kind of ripped the label off this one, but these are chili tepins. Both extremely, extremely good, both hot. So keep that in mind. Other than that, you are just going to need a little bit of pepper and a little bit of pepper. You're going to need your salt. And optionally, you can throw a little bit of cumin in. I do sometimes I don't. But that's just dealer's choice. So I'm going to go ahead and get these transferred, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, so I let the jalapenos and the tomatoes go ahead and sit a little bit. So, you know, a little bit of the liquids come out, not a whole lot. I am going to drain that. Now, here are the other ingredients that we need. Garlic, as much or as little as you want. That is totally optional in this. Chili arbols, they do come with a little stem at the bottom of them. Okay, just take and break that stem off. Then you have chili tepins. Again, they're small, very hot, be careful. So now it's just time to blend all this up, and I will show you the next step because there actually is a final step. Okay, y'all, sorry, forgot a step. Here it is right now. You're going to need about half of a white onion. So just throwing that in there, just don't forget that. And you're also going to need cilantro, which that is for the end. Okay, y'all, final step in this whole process as far as making it goes, just get some cilantro. Doesn't matter, you do not need this whole thing, okay? Just take, and you can either cut it or I just rip it. Just take, a good handful and throw it in. And this is so far what the product is looking like. Trust me, it tastes a hell of a lot better than it looks, folks. Alright, I'm going to do that, and I'll show you the actual final product. Okay, y'all, and here is the final product. 2 jars of, well, homemade hot sauce. And I hope that this video has been pretty informative for you guys as to just how simple this process really is. I mean, if you actually break it down, I took some tomatoes and some jalapenos, cooked them down, got them nice and black, and put those in a blender and let them sweat. Then I just added 2 cloves of peeled garlic, added some salt, some pepper, some onion, and some couple extra chilies. I used chili arbols and chili tepins. Those are my choice because I enjoy the flavor of them. Put that in the blender, added the salt, added a little bit of pepper. Then finally, I ripped up a handful of cilantro and threw it in there. And just let it blend. And you want to let it blend and puree down quite a little bit. But it really is very, very simple. And I do hope that you guys give this recipe a try. Or do variations of it. Keep in mind, folks, I'm in a semi. So if you ever think that you can't do things like this, just in your house because you don't have a lot of room or you don't have a very big setup, well, look what I just did. If I can do it in a semi, you can do it at home. This is the American Phoenix signing off. Bye.